Hi everyone, great to see so many of you here today at Carrington. We've got Diogo here to answer your questions. Great opportunity to engage with supporters today. So we'll go to Keith for the first question.
Thank you, I'm here. Just to say thank you for the opportunity to be able to come. Diego, what's noticeable in the team in the last dozen matches or so is the way the team spirit has changed. So it would be interesting to know what you did as a group to generate this team spirit, and then, if I may add on to that, having said all of that, what are your realistic aspirations for this season?
So, first of all, thank you for coming. I think this is a good experience to be with you guys and speak a little bit more close to you. But speaking about the spirit, I think it's, being honest, I think it really came, it was not something that we forced to do it. I think it came naturally on us. You can see on the pitch the connection that every player is getting, the connection with the players that are on the bench as well. I think it's something that came completely natural, and obviously when you win games it becomes more easier to build this relationship inside the group. But I don't think that it came, that's something that we have to have good connection on the pitch. I think it came naturally between us. And I think it's something that is positive, that we have to build on it and hopefully be even more connected, especially inside the pitch. But one of the things that for me, talking about spirit and since I arrived to this club, one of the things that I've been most impressed about is the connection that we have been having with the fans inside the stadium. The atmosphere has been something that I've not seen since I arrived for a long time. So I think this is something that we are building on, and I think we still have space for improvement. But obviously we are very happy with that. Our aspirations would always be being at Man United. You always have you need to have big ambition. You want to win every competition that you are in, but we also want to know that our reality is that we have to be cautious. We are making progress. We are in the right direction, and I think this is the way that we have to approach, especially this season, because I think we have good conditions to win something. And at the end, we want to be with the mindset of, okay, this season we did everything that we could to be in this position, and hopefully we'll be playing finals and winning trophies.
Okay.
Go to Ian for the second question.
Did the loan spell at Milan help, and if so, what did you learn? And how did it help when you returned to United?
I think it was probably the most important step on my career so far. I think it was the time for me to regain first of all match fitness, because I was not playing when I was here. Then starting to have this kind of routine again of playing every 3 days, having this schedule on my mind, these routines again on my mind, because I was not having that here, especially because I had 2 or 3 injuries that stopped me for a while. But then going into a different league, completely different culture, it brought me, as you can imagine, big experience. Playing also with very good players there was one of the things that made me a better player as well. And obviously when you speak about Italian football, you always think that defensively mindset, the tactical part of the game, they are very they look very much into details tactically, and I think it brought me a little bit more of knowledge about the game. I'm also a guy that wants to learn and is curious about things. So I had a good connection with the manager back then, and I was always making questions and trying to learn more things. So I think it was good for me to learn a little bit more. But I think the main focus was to have a season playing regularly and come back with fitness.
Lindsay?
It's great to see you in such fantastic form. How influential has the manager been on that form?
A lot, as you can imagine. Since I arrived in the pre-season, I knew that I have to be at my best level to play the way that he wants to play, and I think it fit right in with the type of game that and the things that he asked me to do on the pitch. I think it suits the way that I like to see football. So it helped. Obviously, he's a very demanding manager. He wants every player available. He wants every player at the best level physically. So I had to push myself a little bit more, especially before pre-season, because I knew that I had to be very good physically to be able to play the way that he wants. And then it's just about making progress, trying to learn, listen what he asks you to do, and I think not only me, but you can see the progress on a lot of players, especially collectively, who are making progress, and I think he is obviously one of the biggest parts for that.
Thank you.
Graham?
How different is it preparing for a game against an unfamiliar opponent like Charlton to, say, a Premier League rival, and what do you know about them before the game tomorrow night?
I think nowadays you will know a lot from the teams you are facing. Obviously, new technologies today. You can watch all the games from Charlton from this season, and I think we're gonna have. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna prepare the same way as we prepared a Premier League game, with meetings, with tactic parts on the pitch. So I don't think. I think it would be a mistake if we didn't prepare the same way, or especially mentally we didn't prepare the same way as we should, or as we do in Premier League games, because it's gonna be a difficult game. It's a competition that we wanna win. We wanna reach first semi-finals, and they're gonna play against Man United. I think there's no bigger motivation for them at Old Trafford for them. So we have to expect that they're gonna be at their best level, and we have to be in our best level possible tomorrow, so we can beat them.
Deborah?
Has it been difficult to readjust mentally to club football after the World Cup coming in the middle of the season?
It's curious because I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. After a World Cup, we never had that. It was also my first World Cup, so first of all, it was a big experience and a very good experience for me individually. But I think that we're only gonna take conclusions a bit more further than just now. Of course, since for us it's been good since we finished the World Cup. Good results, good performance collectively, individually also. So I don't think it brought us much problems as probably to other teams so far. So I think it will depend on a lot of circumstances, but I think physically, because it will probably be one of the biggest parts of having a bigger competition in the middle of the season. We have to be cautious a little bit, because there was a lot of load, a lot of games. It was a very good competition and tough competition to play. So I hope that we continue like this and with all players available, and that will be a good sign.
Nathaniel?
How do you motivate each other before a game, and what difference has the manager made this season to the actual group, because now you're on a 7-game winning run?
Yeah, like you said, it's a good point. When you're winning games, I think it's more easier to see that, and more easier to be in a good mood, be motivated, and I think it's when the things didn't went as we wanted, that we actually did a good job, and actually we bounced back. So we had some results this season that we weren't expecting, especially the beginning of the season. So the way that we worked after that, I think it's one of the biggest difference that I've noticed since I'm here. Because in the past we have lost games. This season we have lost games, but the way that we reacted after, I think it made the biggest difference so far, and this is what I think is going to build us to be in a better position as a club, as a players, as staff, as the manager. So I think these things, when the things are not going as you wanted, the way that you bounce after, I think it's been the biggest difference since I arrived here. Yeah.
Brian?
Good afternoon, Diogo. Thank you. Can I echo thanks for you taking the time out to come and connect with the supporters this afternoon. I'm sure you often hear that the Premier League is the best league in the world. Having played now in 3 top leagues and against many European opponents, would you agree?
Yeah, I agree that Premier League is probably the best league to play if you're a player that likes excitement, if you're a player that likes intensity, if you're a player that likes excuse me the word, but mess, if you like this type of busy schedule, if you have this type of mentality, I think it's the best play to play. But obviously we are not all the same. There's a lot of players that probably would prefer to play in other league, but for me individually, that I played in these 3 countries, I would say that's the league that I enjoy the most, because I like this intensity of schedules, the way that English people live this game, the way that everybody talks about the Premier League. It's like the world stops in the weekends to watch games, and I think this is the thing that made me love this country and obviously the Premier League. But I also I'm glad that I played in Italy and in Portugal, because you also get experiences and other cultures and knowledge, and I have to say that in Italy I loved to play there. I've learned a lot. I also usually say that in Italy is more a coach manager's game, and in England it's more players game. So it's more focused on the players, the individuals, the goals that these players score, the assists that these players score. And in Italy is more about the managers. This manager wants to beat this manager. Tactically, this manager is better than this one. So it's a little bit more like that. I see it as is this way, but that doesn't make Italy less or bigger. But for me, I have to say that individually, I prefer to play in the Premier League.
And of course, it was warmer in Italy.
A little bit. A little bit.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, guys, we've got 2 more questions, so we'll go to Mefos next.
Over the last 6 months, there's been a lot of new faces that have come in with a new manager, and also world-class players like Casemiro, Eriksen, Martinez, who's now a World Cup player, and Anthony and Rafael Varane from the season before. How has that helped you as an individual to become a better player, and what sort of influence do they bring or have they brought in the dressing room? Because from we see from the stands, they just bring a complete different dynamic to the pitch. Do they bring the same level in the dressing room as well?
Yeah, I think it's very close to what you guys see from the outside and what we experience from the inside. I think it's a plus when you have a players that won Champions League, that now Licha had won World Cup. These types of winning mentality. He has to bring us as a team, has to put us in the next level, and this is the level that we want to be. They played in big clubs. They've won a lot of things. I want to be one day the same type of guy that can say, okay, I've won this amount of competition for Man United. I have this experience of winning big competitions. So this winning mentality, I think he always brings us a bit more of help in the same way, but at the same time they give us they have this knowledge of when to do things, when we should be a little bit more relaxed, when we have to push a little bit more. So this type of experience that they had, I think it just helps us, and I think for the fans it's also exciting to have players like them, and I think this season we are building a good squad. We are building a squad with a good mentality, and hopefully we can bring and build a squad with a winning mentality, and I think that's the main goal for us.
Yeah, as we have a last question for Mark.
We've got World and European Cup winners in the squad, but how important would it be to win the Carabao Cup for this team and its long-term development?
I think it should be. I've said after the last game, it has to be an obsession for us to win trophies, to win things. I think it's been, you guys feel a little even more than me that you are here longer than me, that we have to win. This club is about winning trophies. It's about being there, fighting and competing for every trophy that we are in. And this Carabao is not smaller than a Champions League, than a Europa League. Obviously, it's different dimensions, but for us, it's a trophy, and we want to win it. Obviously, to arrive there, to go to Wembley, it's a tough journey. We know it's difficult, but we want to take these small steps first. And every time we make a step, we want to do it with the certainty that we are doing in the right direction. And I think we are in this right direction. But the reality is that we are not there yet. But to arrive there, we have to build many things first, and I think especially this competition, would be a very first big and firm step that we could take, especially because it's the first trophy of the season, and we are close. So we have to have this type of mentality and face the game tomorrow as it was a Premier League game or a Europa League final or something like this. We have to look at it as it should, and hopefully we can be celebrating in a month or probably more.
Thank you.